In this video, I will show you how the fiscal multiplier works and how you can use it to determine what impact additional government spending has on overall GDP. Let's assume first the government wants to increase government spending by $2 billion. So the change in government spending, delta G, is equal to $2 billion. Now we want to figure out what will be the increase in GDP. Well, we always need to look at this in steps to figure out how the multiplier exactly works and what's actually happening in the economy. So you spend initially the 2 billion and they will become the income of somebody else. Think of, I build a road for 2 billion and I need to pay the workers the same amount. We neglect here any material cost for simplicity. Okay, so I increase their income by 2 billion. What will they do next? Well, they will spend some of their income. So we'll increase by 2 billion plus some fraction of these 2 billion. But wait, the amount the workers spend will then become the income of somebody else. And that somebody else will then spend a fraction of the income as well, and so it continues and continues and continues. So we basically have the 2 billion plus a fraction of 2 billion plus a fraction of the fraction of 2 billion plus a fraction of the fraction of the fraction plus 2 billion, etc., etc., etc. We get an infinite series. And so we end up with the exact formula for this, which is equal to m. The multiplier is equal to 1 over 1 minus MPC, where MPC is the fraction of an additional dollar I give you that you spend. So assume I give you $1, do you spend 50% of it? MPC is 0.5. Do you spend 80 cents? Your MPC will be 0.8. One additional point, 1 over 1 minus the marginal propensity to consume must be equal to 1 over MPS, where MPS is the marginal propensity to save. If I give you $1, you spend 80 cents, then you save whatever the remainder was, 20 cents. So we have the equation that the marginal propensity to consume plus the marginal propensity to save, that's the only two options I give you, must be equal to 1, and so I can rearrange this expression, which in some settings might be helpful. Okay, so we have overall change in GDP is equal to the multiplier times the change in government spending. Let's assume our marginal propensity to consume, MPC, is equal to 0.6, meaning you spend 60% of an additional dollar. Then we can now calculate the multiplier. So M is equal to 1 over 1 minus 0.6. Just plugging in the numbers here, and that's 1 over 0.4. And you can either use a calculator or just know that's 5 over 2, or 5 halves, 2.5. And we can now plug these numbers into this equation to figure out what happens. And so we have a change in GDP is equal to 2 billion times our multiplier, which we found was 5 over 2. So we have an overall increase in GDP of $5 billion. Thank you for watching.